Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Parker. I am the owner of Confident Living. I'm a physical therapist, assistive technology professional, and seating mobility specialist. Just wanted to hop on here, wanted to get some information out there for clinicians and users about what cushion options are available. Now you can get cushions that are all foam and different materials related to that. You can get cushions that are a combination of foam and gel, foam and air. You can get cushions made out of various materials, but for the purpose of today's video, we're only going to focus on foam cushions because I find that not everybody wants the maintenance of an air or gel cushion or any kind of fluid cushion because it's either unstable, they lack the caregiver support or willingness to do that, and or they're unable to do it themselves. So I am going to just go through foam cushions today. I'll do another video talking about cushions that have fluid such as air or gel in another video. So today it's just foam cushions. So we're going to start at the basics and work our way up. So my favorite cushion for the basic cushion, so a basic cushion, if they qualify for a wheelchair, they qualify for a cushion. So there's no need to ever give someone a wheelchair without a cushion because it's uncomfortable. So I would strongly suggest you ask for a general use cushion. If, like I said, if they qualify for any form of wheelchair, they qualify for a cushion. So there's various general use cushions on the market. This is an E2601 code for those who are doing the billing side of that. So my favorite is the Axiom G. It is made by a company called Key Mobility. It's a nice slick material. It's nice and contoured. You've got a little bit of a coccyx relief. They've got a really durable zipper. It's not that thick, but it is much thicker than some of the other general use cushions. So for that reason, this is my go-to if I have a general use cushion need. Okay, now these only go up to certain sizing, so if you need very wide or deep, this is probably not going to be the one for you. But if that's all you need, then that's my favorite. So, and I'm not here to endorse, just to be clear, I'm not here to endorse any one particular company. I just am sharing information of kind of my own mental decision tree when I'm looking for a cushion for a client. Okay, so next is if they qualify for a positioning only. So maybe an amputation or an asymmetry, but there's not a skin protection need, only a positioning qualifying need. So this is my go-to for that. This is the Stealth Premier P. It is kind of their cool core. This is their like a yoga pants material kind of feel to it. And it has a coccyx relief, and I'll get into this a little bit later, but it does have a deeper well and it's raised on the back, so it helps prevent that rolling back, that C-shaped, what we call a posterior pelvic tilt, where you kind of get in that slouchy posture because of weakness. So it helps that rear is raised to help push the sides of the buttocks forward to rotate the pelvis into a more neutral position so that you sit taller, so you have better posture. So this is a nice thick cushion. So I've had no complaints with people in this cushion. I personally have sat on it when I have long telehealth days. So this is a great cushion. The only downside is obviously the thickness. If you have somebody that's foot propelling, you may need a shorter height cushion. If they qualify for a skin protection only cushion, there are some great adjustable skin protection cushions that involve gel, but if you don't want the maintenance of that, I would recommend this is a Stealth cushion as well. It is the Zen skin protection only, which with the SP it stands for. Very similar, like I talked about with the Premier. It's a nice thick cushion, memory layer foam on the top. Both, I believe, the Zen and the Premier have like an antimicrobial component to the outer layer. So, and you've got a little bit of a coccyx relief there, but this is the Stealth. The Zen works really, really well for if it's just a skin protection only need. So now I'm going to go into kind of the highest tier, your skin protection and positioning. So these are people who have a neurologic diagnosis, have a history of skin breakdown, as well as a postural asymmetry, and they're in their chair all day. So if they're going to be in their chair all day, then this is the level of cushion that you need to consider. So the first skin protection and positioning cushion that I want to talk about is one of my favorites and one of my go-tos. It is the KeyMobility Axiom SP for skin protection. It's the Visco. They do have a gel, but again, we're just doing all foam today. So a couple other things I really like about this. This is a very stretchy four-way stretch, which is important that allows you to immerse down into the cushion, the four-way stretch cover, and then it has a really great incontinence liner in the middle. You can see that even the zipper is sealed. So when you open it, this is the back. And so high walls that center the pelvis, and instead of a gel pack here, it's a very super soft, like marshmallow consistency kind of foam that you even have some space underneath, so it creates some good airflow. This hexagonal pattern here is to decrease the surface tension or the amount of force that it takes for your sit bones to sink down in here. And you can see how it's got some of that memory foam feel to it. So it's great positioning here in the back, great immersion. You've got some contouring here on the front. It does zip down, you have a little bump there. So this one has been fantastic, I think, for positioning, and it tends to be extremely comfortable. Now, if you have someone who has a need for a wipeable cover or something a little slicker to help with transfers, I would go with the Comfort Company Acta Embrace multi-layers of foam. You can see the contouring in the front. It's kind of the soft leatherette kind of material. You can get an incontinence liner for this as well. So you can see in the back that it's got a great relief for the coccyx. This is a ATI or adjustable tension insert. So you can bend these fingers to accommodate for asymmetry of the pelvis. So if one side sits higher, then like with a scoliosis, then you can use this to adjust instead of using a wedge. So the last few here, this is a Stealth True Comfort 2 cushion. It does have a little secret pocket here, which I think is pretty cool. It is pretty wedged, and I do like this a lot, especially a lot of people like the curved front end. You don't have that sharp angle. People who have a lot of swelling in their legs or larger thighs tend to do really well on this cushion. So it also helps to create a little bit, when you're using a power chair especially, a little bit of what we call dump. Dump is when the back of the chair is lower to the ground than the front, and what that does is allows gravity to hold the person in the chair. They're not working as hard to sit. They usually have better control of their hands because their body is better secured in the chair. They're not working to sit and move their hands at the same time. So this creates a lot of that. Now I will say, I have found, particularly with women, if they have a larger rear end or excessive posterior redundant tissue, as we may call it here in the field, then they don't tend to be as comfortable because their groin area ends up hitting this ridge and it's not comfortable. If that is the case, and or somebody is transferring laterally, or they're still doing a standing transfer and that wedging is going to interfere with their transfers, then I would recommend the Stealth, the Essence cushion. It is very similar in design, but you don't have so much of the wedge. You have a lot of the same contouring, the same rounded front end. This is their, again, the Cool Core cover, so you get some good wicking there. So that would be my second choice if I can't use the True Comfort, to go with the Essence. The last one is unique. So this is the Java cushion, and again, this works like that Premier P I was talking about, where it's raised on the back, so it helps to rotate the pelvis forward so you sit taller. Now this one is not an immersion approach. The way all the other foam cushions work is that you sink down into them, and the more of your body that's touching and sinking into the cushion, the less pressure at any one point, and that's how we prevent the bed sores. So this is how this one looks when you take your cover off. The benefit to this one is it's super duper light. So if you're pushing yourself in a manual chair, this is super light in comparison to the other chairs. So what you have here, this is a insert that you come out. They call these the cantiles. So these cantiles help to rotate the pelvis forward. This is a relief for the hip bone or the greater trochanter. And then the pelvis is sitting here. So if you look, this is your pelvis floating over this hole, and genitalia have room, the hip bones have room. You're loading the femur, you're loading the back of the buttocks, and you need a good lumbar back support. Their Java back works excellent for that, but that's another video. So with this cushion, I like it a lot for postural stability. People get a lot of stability and they don't sacrifice their pressure relief. They get excellent pressure relief if they're in here correctly. Now, if you have an asymmetry where the pelvis is rotated, one side is rotated and it may not be able to be placed in a symmetrical position, then I would highly recommend Ride Design makes a custom seating option, and we will go over that in another video. Now, if somebody's pelvis sits like this and it is flexible, meaning they're doing that to get stable, they're sacrificing their posture for the stability, then what you would want to do is wedge the low side. If they're like this and they're stuck like this and even laying down they look like this, then you need to wedge the high side to accommodate, because the high side, they're probably falling over. So if you wedge it, they'll have more stability. So just a tip there to make sure it's flexible or it's fixed before you put that wedge in there, so that you know you're putting it in the right place. So wedging options, you have, this is the Matrix one, it Velcros. Here's another kind. This is for the Java cushion only. On the Java cushion, it comes with a cutout, and you can put these wedges in here to accommodate for someone's asymmetry. This is Stealth wedges. So for the Stealth cushions that we talked about, they come in two sizes. This is the small and the medium, so about 1 inch and 1.5 inches. And so you can put them together to make a larger wedge, or you can use them separately. They are labeled, there's left and right. So when you order these cushions, and this is on the order form as far as an option for wedging them for their asymmetry, then this is your option. For Ride Design, these wedges can also be used on both sides. If someone's falling down, they're not getting the lift, the offloading that they need in their pelvis, you can put these on both to give a better lift to the buttocks for offloading. That is all I have for you today. I hope that was helpful. Please leave your questions, your comments, share this with others. Happy to hear what your favorite cushion is and any future video ideas that you would like. Take care and be well. Bye.